Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about strength. Not just physical, but mental and emotional strength. In a world that often encourages softness, hesitation, and self-doubt, it's time to reclaim your power. Being a strong woman does not mean being aggressive or harsh. It means standing your ground, making tough choices, and refusing to let fear dictate your life. It's about resilience, confidence, and self-respect. Too often we are taught to please others, to avoid conflict, to shrink ourselves to make others comfortable. But that's not strength. Strength is knowing your worth, speaking your mind, and never settling for less than you deserve. You will face challenges. You will have moments of doubt, but you must push through. Stop waiting for permission. Stop seeking validation. Stop apologizing for taking up space. The world needs strong women, women who lead, women who fight, women who inspire. Be one of them. Toughen up, embrace your power, and step into the woman you were always meant to be. One of the most powerful things a woman can do is set firm boundaries. Boundaries are not about being rude, cold, or distant. They are about self-respect. When you fail to set boundaries, you invite people to take advantage of you, whether they mean to or not. You end up overextending yourself, agreeing to things you don't want to do, and feeling drained because you're constantly putting others before yourself. Think about it. How many times have you said yes to something just to avoid conflict? How many times have you felt guilty for saying no? Women are often conditioned to be accommodating, to prioritize harmony over personal well-being, to sacrifice their comfort to make others happy. But what does that lead to? Resentment, exhaustion, and a loss of identity. Boundaries are essential in every area of life: work, friendships, family, and relationships. At work, you need to set limits on how much extra responsibility you take on, especially if it's not been acknowledged or rewarded. In friendships, you must be clear about what you can and cannot tolerate. If someone constantly brings negativity into your life, you have every right to distance yourself. In relationships, whether romantic or familial, you have to communicate your needs and stick to them. Love should not come at the expense of your own well-being. Setting boundaries isn't always easy, especially when people are used to you being available and accommodating all the time. You will face resistance. Some may call you selfish, difficult, or even mean. But remember this: people who truly respect you will also respect your boundaries. Those who get upset about your boundaries are often the ones who benefited from you having none. Enforcing boundaries requires confidence and consistency. You can't just set a boundary and then backtrack the moment someone challenges it. If you say, "I can't take on extra work this week," but then give in when pressured, you send the message that your boundaries are flexible. If you tell a friend that you won't tolerate constant negativity but continue to listen to their endless complaints without change, you're not enforcing your standard. It's also important to understand that boundaries don't require explanations or apologies. You don't have to justify why you don't want to do something. A simple "no, I can't" is enough. You don't owe anyone a reason for prioritizing your own needs. At the end of the day, setting boundaries is about valuing yourself. It's about recognizing that you are just as important as the people around you. When you set boundaries, you protect your time, energy, and peace. You stop allowing others to dictate your life. You regain control over your happiness. Independence is the foundation of a strong woman. When you are independent, you are in control of your life. You are not relying on others to provide for you, to validate your existence, or to make decisions on your behalf. True independence is not just about financial freedom. It extends to your emotions, mindset, and overall well-being. Financial independence, money is power. It gives you options, security, and the ability to walk away from situations that no longer serve you. Too many women stay in toxic relationships, endure miserable jobs, or tolerate disrespect simply because they feel financially trapped. When you have your own income, savings, and financial literacy, you don't have to stay in places that drain you. Financial independence means knowing how to manage your money, budget your expenses, and invest in your future. It means not depending on someone else, whether it's a partner, family member, or employer, to keep you afloat. Even if you are in a relationship where your partner provides, you should still have your own financial security. Life is unpredictable. Divorce, job loss, or unexpected circumstances can change everything overnight. A strong woman ensures she can stand on her own 2 feet no matter what. Emotional independence. A woman who is emotionally independent does not need constant validation, approval, or reassurance from others. She is secure in who she is and does not rely on external factors to feel complete. Many women fall into the trap of seeking their worth in relationships, friendships, or social approval. They feel lost if they are single, anxious if someone disapproves of them, or devastated if someone walks away. But when you are emotionally independent, you understand that your value is not defined by others. Being emotionally independent means developing self-awareness and self-soothing techniques. You don't fall apart every time something doesn't go your way. You learn how to process your emotions without making impulsive decisions or relying on someone else to fix your problems. It means having confidence in your choices, standing by your principles, and not changing yourself to fit someone else's expectations. This also means not allowing guilt, fear, or manipulation to control you. People will try to guilt trip you into doing things that benefit them but harm you. They will play on your emotions to keep you in their grasp. A strong woman recognizes these tactics and refuses to be controlled by them. She stands firm even when it's uncomfortable. Mental independence. Mental independence is about thinking for yourself. In a world full of influences, social media, cultural expectations, family pressures, it's easy to fall into the trap of groupthink. Many women are raised to follow rather than lead, to accept rather than question, and to conform rather than stand out. But a mentally independent woman challenges ideas, questions traditions, and forms her own opinions. She educates herself, she reads, learns, and grows, not just academically but in life. She makes decisions based on logic and reason, not just emotions or external pressure. She doesn't just accept what she is told. She researches, she evaluates, and she decides what is best for her. Mental independence also means knowing that you are responsible for your own happiness. No one is coming to save you. No one is responsible for making you feel fulfilled. If you want a better life, you must create it. If you want success, you must work for it. Waiting for someone else to give you permission or make things easier for you will only keep you stuck. A truly independent woman is unstoppable. She does not wait for opportunities, she creates them. She does not let fear hold her back, she pushes through it. She does not depend on anyone to define her worth. She knows who she is, what she wants, and what she deserves. One of the biggest obstacles to a woman's strength and success is the constant need for validation. Too many women live their lives seeking approval, whether from family, friends, partner, society, or even strangers on social media. This endless pursuit of external validation keeps them trapped, afraid to take bold steps, and hesitant to be their true selves. But here's the truth. You do not need anyone's permission to be great. From an early age, many women are taught to seek approval. They are conditioned to be good girls, to be liked, to be agreeable, and to conform to societal expectations. They are told to dress a certain way, speak a certain way, and behave in a manner that pleases others. The problem with this mindset is that it makes you dependent on external opinions. It makes you afraid to disappoint people, even when doing so is necessary for your own growth and happiness. The cost of seeking validation: when you constantly seek validation, you hand over your power to others. You allow them to dictate your choices, your self-worth, and even your happiness. You hesitate before making decisions, wondering, what will people think? Will they approve? Will they still like me? This need for validation leads to fear of failure. You avoid taking risks because you don't want to be judged if you fail. People pleasing: you say yes to things you don't want to do just to avoid disappointing others. Loss of identity: you suppress your true personality, interests, and desires to fit into someone else's expectations. Emotional instability: your mood and confidence fluctuate based on how others treat you or perceive you. Living like this is exhausting. It keeps you in a constant state of anxiety, always wondering if you are good enough in the eyes of others. But the truth is, no matter what you do, someone will always have an opinion. Someone will always criticize. Someone will always disapprove. So why waste your time trying to please everyone? Breaking free from the need for approval, becoming a strong, independent woman means learning to validate yourself. It means making decisions based on what you want, not what others expect. It means being confident in your choices, even if no one else understands them. Know your worth. Your value does not come from how many people approve of you. It comes from within. You are worthy, whether or not someone acknowledges it. Trust your own decisions. Stop waiting for others to confirm that you are making the right choice. If you've thought it through and it aligns with your goals, go for it. Be unapologetic about your life. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your dreams, your lifestyle, or your boundaries. Live for yourself, not for their approval. Detach from social media validation. Likes, comments, and followers do not determine your worth. Don't live for the approval of people who don't even know the real you. Accept that not everyone will like you, and that's okay. You weren't put on this earth to make everyone happy. When you stop seeking validation, you gain freedom, you gain confidence, you gain power over your own life. Instead of living to impress others, you start living for yourself. Instead of waiting for permission, you start taking action. And that is what makes a woman truly unstoppable. One of the most powerful things a woman can do is take full responsibility for her life. Too many people, women and men alike, fall into the trap of blaming others for their circumstances. They blame their parents, their upbringing, their past relationships, their bosses, or even society for why they aren't where they want to be. While external factors can play a role, they do not determine your future unless you allow them to. The moment you take full ownership of your actions, choices, and mindset, you reclaim your power. The danger of the blame mentality: blaming others feels easy. It allows you to justify your situation without taking action to change it. It keeps you in a victim mindset where you believe that things are happening to you rather than realizing that you have control over your reactions and decisions. Consider these common excuses. I had a tough childhood, so I can't succeed. I was never taught how to manage money, so I'll always be broke. I can't leave this toxic relationship because I have no other options. I can't pursue my dreams because people will judge me. While these struggles are real, they do not have to define you. Many people have come from worse situations and still built extraordinary lives. The difference between those who rise and those who stay stuck is responsibility. The successful ones refuse to let their past dictate their future. They acknowledge their challenges but don't use them as excuses. Owning your choices. Everything in life is a choice. Even in situations where you feel powerless, you still have choices. You choose how you respond. You choose whether to remain in toxic environments or to fight for a better life. You choose whether to develop skills, seek opportunities,